I heard there's a great story about Havoline motor oil, and since it's the oil we use here at Gas Monkey Garage, I get to go to Vegas and check it out. Folks say if you want to experience extremes, you head to Vegas. So how extreme does it get here? Let's ask one of the cabbies that drive here 24/7. From the action to the weather here, totally extreme. This is a great place to push motor oil to the max. So this may be a city of gamblers, but the folks at Desert Cab are smart enough to beat the odds by using the right motor oil. And if you depend on your car, and who doesn't, you'll want to know how they do it. So George, it's pretty nice to meet you, but I gotta ask you, you own a cab company in Vegas. How hard is that?
It's tough. Our big challenge is keeping the fleet rolling. Las Vegas is a 24-hour town, as you know. We're running about 40,000 miles a day right now.
So you think motor oil makes a difference?
Big time, yeah. For us, we can make more money, obviously, if we have no downtime. If the cars are on the street, they're making us money. And on the other side, we can save money. If we have a good motor oil, we have less oil consumption and just the overall wear and tear on the motors.
I heard that you believed in this so much that you compared some motor oils just to see if maybe you could extend engine life and maybe lead to a better payoff.
We did. We took the Havoline Pro DS formula and we ran a side-by-side against a national competitor in a 2-year-long test to see what the results were going to be like.
And Vegas is extreme. Most people don't know that it can get freezing cold here. It can be 120 degrees. You're stopping and starting and idling on the strip, and it's a crazy place.
That's why I think it's a good test. We're going to really find out what happened when we do the teardown. And matter of fact, why don't you go drive around and we'll let the tech guys talk about the teardown and the results.
Tech guys talk, I go to the strip. This is a good deal. I'm out.
We're here with Kenny at Desert Cab. Kenny runs the testing facilities here. Kenny, what are some of the challenges that you face?
In order to keep these cabs on the road in such severe conditions, we need to keep the engines lubricated. Failed engines and this excessive sludge got us interested in trying to find an oil that could work for all of our cabs here at Desert Cab.
We've torn down these 2 engines that have been out on the streets of Vegas for 2 years. Let's take a look at the results.
One of the big enemies of any lubricant is heat. Heat can cause the lubricant to break down a lot faster. This is varnish. Varnish is a coating that gets actually baked onto the metal. And you can see all the brown color on the cylinder head. Here is actually an example of sludge. Different from varnish, you can move the sludge around.
Sludge and varnish combined can reduce performance by clogging up the oil filter and decreasing protection of key engine parts. This can lead to excessive engine wear.
It's not just enough to keep the oil from breaking down, you also have to make sure that the oil does a good job at lubricating all the engine parts. The oil has to be able to keep the particles in suspension, resist carbon buildup, and keep all the engine parts clean.
Particles of metal and dirt can scrape the inside surfaces of your engine and wear down parts. And let's compare these to the parts from the engine that use the Havoline Pro DS formulation. During the 150,000-mile test, the cabs that ran on the Havoline Pro DS formula required only half the makeup oil compared to the competitors. Even after extending the time between oil drains, the Havoline Pro DS viscosity is like new.
Seeing the results with this Havoline Pro DS formulation really hits home here at Desert Cab because we see just how clean it'll keep an engine.
And what makes Havoline Pro DS with Deposit Shield Technology a winner? It keeps the inside of your engine clean. It maintains viscosity, which means your engine gets the protection that it needs to keep performing at its best. It really minimizes oil consumption, which saves you money between oil changes. It looks like the Havoline Pro DS formulation did a great job for you. You can't go wrong in your business with a motor oil that delivers maximum performance and unbeatable protection for all these engines.
It's saving us money, and most importantly, because we've lengthened our oil change intervals, it has allowed us to keep our tax cabs on the road a lot longer.
Cool. Well, it looks like we already have a winner, so all bets are off. Boom! Told my guys that what happened in Vegas, well, it'll happen here too. If Havoline Pro DS with Deposit Shield Technology can work that well for our friends at Desert Cab, you know it'll work great for everyday drivers like you.